Both in southpaw stance here. Shinechagtga Zoltsetseg left of screen. Early lunging right hand there from Shinech.
Yeah, Shinech takes big risks. He does not care what kind of position he is because he has that much confidence in himself. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Nakahara wants to take this thing to the ground. He wants to wear on the arms of Shinech, take a little bit of that power. Good scramble into side control. Now Shinech's got to let go of that neck. He cannot hold that arm, head like that because there's a choke. Nakahara can take his left shoulder and drive it into the neck of Shinech and perform what's called a Von Flue choke. Looks like he's going to abandon that and go right into mount. Shinech still got to let go of that arm, that head though.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when I was in Mongolia, I actually did a session with all the guys that I had recruited up there, and I know that Nakahara is way more refined on the ground, but you can see by the way that Shinech is moving that he's exploding and whatnot. And they have this ability to give people trouble, but this is definitely Nakahara's world right here.
You can see he almost used that head to completely reverse the position, but great balance from the judoka Nakahara to maintain that position and stay on top.
Closing down both arms here of Nakahara, wisely so. Shinechagtga Zoltsetseg, 1.5 minutes down in the opening round. But you were dead on right, Mitch, that Nakahara did exactly what he wanted to do in the opening, what was it, 15, 20 seconds to get this one down, to negate any sort of striking power of Shinech.
Yeah, to stand and bang with Shinech when he's fresh, that's a recipe for disaster. You want to take him out of his comfort zone, put him on his back, start to wear on him, and just sort of drain a little bit of that energy so that pop, that explosiveness starts to diminish. But Shinech carries that power deep into rounds because he's got such great conditioning. But he's making some basic elementary mistakes here on the ground. He's got to start digging for underhooks, and he's got to get off his back. He's got to try to get onto his side to create that movement. There's the underhook. But a good job by Nakahara to nullify that and swim right in.
Short elbows there, driving knee from Nakahara. Can he effect a choke here on Shinech? Shinech picks him up.
Shinech's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to try to slam. Oh my, he just pried him off of him. Just pushed his face right down to the ground.
I thought that was a done deal, actually. This is what I'm talking about when you're working with these Mongolians. They are just purely aggressive. It may not be the cleanest technique that you'll ever see,
but it's all power.
Shinech back to where he wants to be, on his feet, chance to unload that power, particularly in that right hand. There's a looping left. Jab two there from Nakahara. Shinech launches everything behind that right hand.
He's got such big windups, Michael. You can see that. I wouldn't be surprised if Nakahara ducks under one of these big looping shots and shoots another takedown. Shinech might as well send a telegram when he's launching these paws at him.
Lots of instructions coming from the corner of Nakahara, who throws an outside leg kick. Right hand lead there from Shinechagtga Zoltsetseg. Looping right hook from Nakahara out of that southpaw stance.
I'm extremely excited about the main event, but this match just jumped off of the page at me because I knew just how dynamic these two strikers were.
Still telegraphing that right hand, Shinechagtga Zoltsetseg.
You can see Nakahara's kind of figured it out too, how he just evades it, steps right back. I'd like to see Shinech maybe set these up a little bit more, put a couple jabs out there. There's that double leg. Nice little defense though from Shinech.
Great
job,
down defense there, and that was a good shot. He was deep.
Yeah.
Good round kick to the rib cage there from Nakahara off the back leg. Shinech hands around his waist, almost taunting, inviting Nakahara to commit to it.
Nakahara needs to keep his back off that fence there. If he allows Shinech to walk him down like that, he has nowhere to run when Shinech makes his big moves on these punches.
Still with the hands low here, Shinech.
Fence again.
Shinech is not giving any respect to the power of Nakahara.
Overhand right,
man.
Dislodges the guard shield with the overhand right at the end of the round. Do you see that? It was wobbled. Nakahara was wobbled.
Looked like he was on unsteady legs there.
That came out though. Shine was the one that lost his mouthpiece.
Oh, was it Shine's mouthpiece went flying?
Look at Shine, just look at, spits out the mouthpiece. Says it's okay, let's go toe to toe as the bell sounds.
Pick up there, Mitch. I thought it was the Nakahara's mouth guard that went flying.
Yeah, Nakahara gave it back to Shine there at the end of the race. He's like, here you go, you might need that.
Wow, Shinechagtga Zoltsetseg had him. If that round had gone another 20 seconds, Rich, it's unloading.
If that round had gone another 10 seconds, it may be a different ending at this point right now. But on my scorecards, I still have Nakahara ahead. He had a great takedown. He was controlling Shine for a good part of that round. Mounted up a little bit of damage from the top side there. Shine started to land a couple punches towards the end, but not enough to actually take the lead back at the 5-minute point, in my opinion.
Second round set for 3.
That right hand of Shine just comes from so low. It's so hard to predict where it's going to come from. There's almost no telegraph in that right hand when he lunges in like that. The big looping shots you can see coming, but that underground right hand, you can't tell.
Yeah, and they train that way on the bags. They train for these big hidden shots too. They throw big every time.
Switching stance here, Shine. To the right of screen, the Mongolian. Nakahara, some damage around the nose in that opening round. Caught in the final 2 or 3 seconds. There's that right hand lead as well. And again from Shinechagtga Zoltsetseg. Looping punches now from Shine. Oh, takedown, Nakahara, top position.
Nice little knee tap takedown right there from Nakahara as he went up high with the arm, came down low with the legs. That was beautiful. Not your traditional double leg, ends up in mount. Shine's got to be careful sitting up like that. He might give up his back, but that raw power of Shine just might sit up out of this position.
Are they not the most unorthodox escapes you've ever seen in your life?
Nakahara glances towards his corner. They are barking all sorts of instructions to him. Shine breaks off. Gets room for the right hand. That's his money shot.
But Nakahara's got a really nice right hand hook. If he can catch him with that lead right hand hook as he's lunging in like that, he could shut Shine's lights out.
Double leg attempt here from Nakahara.
Bad head positioning there from Nakahara. Shine was able to keep his feet underneath him, sprawl out heavy, but now he's up against the wall.
See, there's a mistake that Shine's making here because he's wrapped his arms around Nakahara's body. What he should be doing is pressing down on Nakahara's head so that Nakahara can't continue driving in. Because he's backed against the cage here, so he can't actually escape his hips. So he should be just pushing on the head, getting that head down, but instead, he's wrapping around the body.
It's just sort of a natural reaction, though, to sort of protect yourself. And also, when you're wrestling, when you're used to like kind of just basic wrestling, you might want to try to suplex him, which I wouldn't be surprised if Shine tries to do.
No holding work.
Downward elbow there from Shine. 2 minutes 10 remains, second round of 3. Shine looks like he's taking a bit of a breather here, just thinking about what he can do next.
Yeah, well, he's got his legs trapped in between the triangle here of Nakahara, so he's got to try to get one of those legs out, and he would really do him some good to start pushing on the head, because that's all that did right there, is it enabled Nakahara to easily step into side control. Shane needs to get his back up against the wall so he can start working his way up. Easily steps over into mount, does Nakahara. He tries to sit up again, but that sit-up gives up his back.
Full mount here for Nakahara. Can he work some ground and pound? Still plenty of time remaining, 1:25 in the round.
I bet Nakahara could just let Shine go like that and fully take his back if Shine keeps trying to sit up like that.
Yeah, but we saw that escape that he had last time.
And that's true, it worked, but see, that's exactly what he's doing right now. See, he tried to sit up again, he tried to turn over, and he's gonna give up his back. This time Nakahara let him go to his stomach, and now we can look for the rear naked choke.
This is danger for Zoltsetseg. Still full mount from Nakahara.
See, a lot of people will let you take their back, right? But not Shine. Shine's like, I'm going to go to my back and let you punch me in my face rather than risk a choke.
He does that because he can explode in the middle of the move and find himself on topside position somehow.
But he's got half guard now, but his mouth is wide open. He looks like he's sucking air. Nice little transition there as Nakahara steps over. He's attacking a leg. Something you might have learned from Gary Tonin right there. Look at that. That's a beautiful little sweep to end up in, looks like cross ashi maybe, cross ashi garami. It's a leg lock position. He's going to try to attempt to heel hook here possibly. He's got his knee in a compromising position. He's going to try to cross the leg over to his body to attempt to heel hook.
Oh, kick the head down to opponent.
You can see the shock on Yoshiki's face as he was caught with that roundhouse kick coming across.
It did like it was just part of his natural body movement. It was moving on the floor. I don't think it was deliberate there from Shine, but we will look at it again in a moment. He did not kick to the head of a grounded opponent.
Yeah, we'll look at this move here on film on the replay and see what it looks like, whether it was intentional or not, or if it looked like it was intentional. I'm gonna have a hard time arguing that that was accidental.
Mitch.
But you can see that he's got the leg trying to get locked up there, and you can see him throw the Nakahara throw his leg over the hip. It didn't look that hard though, Rich. Like, you know, it didn't look like he was intentionally, you know, really trying to throw that kick at Nakahara. It's sort of just the flailing around. You know, when you're trying to negate a leg lock, somebody gets your leg, Ashigarami position, you're trying to throw your leg over to create the spin so it takes you out of danger.
And I do not believe that Nakahara is in a good way here, folks. Indeed, this one could be over, and it looks like a disqualification on Zoltsetseg. Red carded, this one's over.